Hello, my name is Clayton Hoteling. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My passion and vision for where I work and where I spend my time is bringing kids and youth to college age to a closer relationship with Christ and just building them up spiritually and emotionally. I started with youth ministry about a little over 10 years ago. I married a pastor's daughter, and she was heavily involved in the ministry, and we just kind of went right into working with youth. I have my master's degree in social work, and I work in the high schools of Milwaukee. Being a youth pastor, this line of work is constantly changing me. It's making me strive to know what kids are going through in their daily lives and keeping up with relevant music, relevant teaching that will inspire them to pursue God on their own. So I try to keep up with what kids are into and try to relate to them as best as I can. Parents will call me here and there and they have a question about an activity that we did. Why did you have my kid drink a gallon of milk and puke it all over the place? Why did you play this heavy music? It sounds satanic. And then I have to explain, and that's kind of funny. I love when parents will ask me things like that. It's fun. We'll have kids eat quail eggs and just a lot of puking. We do boxing here, and that craziness is what kids love. They love that. And who was the craziest person in the Bible? It was Jesus, man. He was nuts. And he was nuts and he changed lives. And that's what we want to have here is a great atmosphere of wildness, but life-changing wildness. The goal is I want to get a lot of kids off the street and that normally wouldn't go to a church, normally don't have any relationship with God, that don't know, or even atheists in the building. And then we provide a service for them and relevant music and then just meet them where they're at emotionally and spiritually. I've always brought kids to church, minivans and cars full of kids, and I finally wanted a van, and so I did anything it took. I was praying that God would give me a revelation, and the revelation came through this, a furry mustache. So I began a mustache fundraiser. I also did a blog too. I kept totals track, and I had a thermometer. As I raised money, it went up. We also had people, randomly touch the mustache. The uglier it got, and the more just I left it kind of nappy and wild, more people gave, especially the old people in our church. They wanted to give money to get rid of the mustache. Because if you have food in it for a while, it stinks. So it was causing a problem. But I raised the money within 3 months. That mustache raised $13,000, and I got to buy that van. So now every week I pack it full of kids, about 15, and give them a ride home. I have a couple things I'm doing in the mix. I have a children's album that I am releasing. It's called Captain Clayton. This is when I had a full beard, and it's got 25 the greatest hits of children's Christian rhymes and verses. I also created a thing called unicorn meat. I took cod, which is a strong white meat, and I colored it pink, cotton candy pink and cotton candy blue, and put a wrapper on it. Tried to sell that unicorn meat. That idea didn't go through too well. I also did ClaytonsHair.com. The website's not going right now, but I started selling individual hairs on my head, and my goal is to sell 100,000 individual hairs on my head. I had a blog that I put together, and it documented the sales of the hair. So I sold one in Brazil, San Francisco. I sold about 30 of them at $3 a piece. You get a certificate of the hair sale. And my goal was to get 10,000 hair sales of $3 a piece. And once that hit, I believed in my mind that it would go kind of the viral type of thing, and I would hit up the talk shows and stuff like that. Once the talk shows, boom, all the hair sold, that'd be $300,000. So my mind is still thinking of ideas, because I try to think of stuff that hasn't been, and if you get something so stupid and pointless, people will take it and move with it. You can see it all over the internet. Anything that's going to be raised with it is going to go to the church and help them out for the youth. My wife and I, we've been talking about kind of veering out of youth and college age ministry and going into more adult teaching and working with adults. And we went to a camp just a couple weeks ago, and it was a youth camp. And that youth camp, it did something. God recharged us up, and we don't see us leaving youth ministry for a while now. It just gave us a new boost, a new drive, because if you do some, youth pastors are scheduled, they're like 2 to 3 years max. That's an average of a youth pastor. We've been doing it well over 10 years, so but we're gonna continue.
This is my adventure. Go paint your adventures.